Yep. Okay, because the 16th, 17th century, the last part of the 16th century, the first part of the 17th century is an orgonji dai, a golden age of literature, and especially I'm a literature, that's my field basically. Okay, so I'd like to talk to you a little bit about that. We talked about music, we talked about architecture, and we talked about culture. I'll just take a little bit to talk about literature. It was the age of Shakespeare, of course. Travel books were a big thing. There will be a print for this, you don't have to worry about it. You'll find it on the webpage. So there were several important books that showed travel around the world and history books. And Shakespeare used one of those history books to write many of his plays. Holinshead, I think I mentioned him before. So these help to give a sense of English identity. And we've got poetry, many famous poets and famous writers of drama, philosophy, all kinds of topics that are being spread around at this time. Okay, all these people, there's Shakespeare, of course, Marlowe, Bacon, all right, Greene, yeah. So you've got these famous figures of literature at this time. And yeah, it does look like a lot of dead white men, doesn't it? Women, it was much more difficult for a woman to get that kind of status. There were some, Henry VIII's wife, we talked about her, Mary Herbert, the sister of Philip Sidney. She was actually at the time considered to be one of the greatest writers, together with her brother and her, together with Edmund Spenser and William Shakespeare. But the reality is that most women could not get an education, so they were usually unable to contribute to literature at that time. Here is Elizabeth